What's good, everybody? Jerry with Dividend Trading back for another video. Going to be talking about ticker symbol ATER or Ater Incorporated. But before I get started, please don't forget to hit up that like and that subscribe button down at the bottom of the screen. Helps people find the content and helps spread it to the rest of the community and helps the channel altogether continue to grow. So I love and appreciate you guys. Please keep up the support. It's definitely helped the channel and the community grow over the last 2 months. So it's been pretty substantial. So let's get this thing going. So Ater Incorporated on the day Friday finished down 56 cents, down 6.74%. Finished in the after hours up 2 cents or 0.26%. Now, if you guys remember, I've been kind of watching this thing relatively steadily over the last few weeks. And I still think we're in this continuation of this zone. Now, it's been pretty long that we've been in it. But again, like I said, it doesn't necessarily mean that this zone here isn't basically just how this was, and it's just basically a spring that's starting to coil up and that tension is starting to press until it finally runs, right? Which I do think, I mean, the way that this thing has been going, just in terms of the drastic stair step down, is so similar to how this is. I don't foresee it continuing much longer, especially because over the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trading days, we've been in some pretty obvious, in terms of a macro perspective, we've been in some bullish divergence, which there's going to be some sort of reversal. I don't know when, but especially because the volume, I mean, we traded of the average, we traded less than half. We traded 9.25 million on Friday versus an average volume over the last 3 months is 23.2 million. Okay, so honestly, based on what I'm seeing with this plus the stuff on Ortex, I mean, I saw this happen with AMC. I think it was like right after the Memorial Day run, we basically just hit volume exhaustion where we couldn't get the volume anymore. And we had to wait for buyers to basically come and step back in and start throwing money back into it. So, but all the percentages are still there. Utilization is up. Cost to borrow is still up there. Days to cover is still up there. Shares on loan, all those numbers are still up there in terms of where they were from the previous day and even the previous week. So I'm still in the play. Hopefully you guys are too. I've basically been taking money off the top from both there and SDC and also CEI, and basically kind of moving the money around between those three and just trading the runs and just continuing to gradually increase my position. And then once I'm able to do that and make some of the money back, I'll take out what I originally put in and put it somewhere else. So that's basically how I'm slowly increasing my cost basis and taking it a day at a time until this thing actually pops. So jumping over real quick, I do want to touch on the Ortex data for y'all. So Ortex, like I was saying, this stuff's there hasn't really been that significant of a change, with the exception of the short interest change as of Friday. So it was down 14.2%. We had 3.86 million returned versus 1.5 million borrowed against, for a net borrowed change of 2.3 million returned for Ater. The current short interest of the free float is 34.5%. Cost per minimum just under 65%. Cost of our max just over 128, and the cost per average is just slightly over 100% there. But guys, 64% might not seem like a really high number, but most of these percentages should be like less than 1%, less than 2%. The fact that they're paying 20 times that amount is ridiculous, right? And that's just on the minimum side. On the max side, I mean, you're looking at 100 times that amount, right? So just take that into perspective and realize that these percentages that they're paying, it's substantial. It's not something that that's sustainable, that they're going to be able to continuously just hemorrhage money in order to continue to short this, right? Utilization is at 97.8%. Cost to borrow 129.24%. Days to cover just under 0.75 there. Shares on loan 16.19 million. Now remember, this is 16.19 million, okay, of the free float, okay, which that gives it 80.39% of the free float is currently actively out on loan, okay. The estimated short interest percent of the free float is 40.22%, and the exchange reported short interest is 7.52 million. Now, we're expecting this number to increase as of next week, because that's when they're going to be reporting the settlement date from the end of September. So it should happen. I would expect sometime Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is when I would expect to see that data come out. But that being said, the share short as of the 15th settlement date, compared to, for instance, the short percent of the free float, if you were to take it to here, I mean, we've gone up based on this number here, 3%. And if you take the share short, I mean, I would expect share short to be probably close to this number, maybe a little bit less, maybe like 10 million, give or take, would kind of be my hypothesis, just in terms of where this thing has gone. But yeah, I mean, the numbers are there. The technical analysis is there. It's just a matter of when, right? When is it going to hit that point where it's going to say, hey, we're ready to go, and actually set a new trend and start this reversal process. So, like I said, be patient. I've seen it happen on more than one occasion where I've exited a position too early, and I could have made, tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, because I wasn't patient enough and I left the position and I left my play too quickly. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Stay with your convictions. Stay true to the knowledge that you have gained. I mean, you guys can see it right here where this gold arrow is, right? So you can see how the stock's trending down. The RSI is starting to slowly trend up. Okay. And we're still teetering on the 1 hour in that oversold territory, right? It can't stay there forever. It's not sustainable. Okay. But other than that, that'll pretty much wrap it up for this one. And you guys go watch some football. Tigers are actually on right now, so I'm going to go watch that recording as soon as the wife gets home, and watch some NFL tomorrow. So you guys have a good rest of your weekend, and I will see y'all on Monday. Peace.